G'day everyone, Crab Aussie here. Today is the 21st of the 5th, 2016, and the time here is 20:03 WAST. Okay, I didn't know where to start tonight, but I've got loads to cover, so it's going to be a bit of a long journey tonight, unfortunately, but there's loads to show you, so I didn't know where to start really, so I thought I'd start at this. Someone sent me, or a sub sent me an email today and posted this to me. And said, have a look at this. Now, this is at a site called wizard.com. The pole axis drift is doing a larger spiral wobble. Now, basically, this model here represents this model here. Zero tilt, and it goes along and breaks down the years for you. 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. As you can see, we're a long way out in 2016 from there. The axis dots in the circle form a circle on the graph, form a circle and show the year's axis tilt variation. So we're currently at approximately 21.5 as far as I can tell there. Over the year, the North Pole forms a circle when viewed from above the ecliptic. So the North Pole is 25.5 degrees out, and the axis tilt is 21.5 out as well. So I don't understand how he's got that. Axis tilt, maximum, minimum, okay, sorry. Okay, well, that's a bloody huge, that's exactly what Strop and I were talking about the other night. And proves that we are actually tilting. And as it says down here, the months are out of place as well, as the tilt is still more than last year, and is way more extreme than 3 years ago. So basically, we're not in the same place as we used to be, and the months are longer. I'm guessing, or shorter, depending on which way it is. So that's the site there, www.wizard.com. It's pretty handy actually, and it goes right through every single day. Right through. And then right at the bottom, it's got videos. This one here is pretty interesting. I haven't watched these ones yet. I ran out of time today. Okay. The next thing for everyone to to know is that here in Australia, we had the grand distinction last night of having the strongest earthquake ever on mainland Australia. Now, might seem kind of weird to say that, but there it is there. It's in the middle of the Marlborough scrub somewhere, nowhere, in the middle of nowhere basically, back and beyond, where the crows fly backwards to keep the dust out of their eyes. The interesting thing here is Australia has very few earthquakes. We have little tremors here and there, and even a 1.5 degree tremor, or whatever they call it, makes news, regardless of where it is in Australia. You can guarantee you'll hear about it on the radio. No problem at all. Not only did it not make the radio, I'll show you why in a second. This was shocking to me. I didn't even know this. Watch this. Excuse me. This is how many we've had in a month. And folks, we never ever have earthquakes in Australia. We have like little tremors. We had a big one in Newcastle in the early 80s and wiped the place out sort of thing. We had another kind of a large scale one in Kalgoorlie in 2011, I think it was, 2010. That busted a few things, but look, you could count on one hand how many big earthquakes we've had. So have a look at that in Australia only. Now watch this. This is Australia only. Going from the 22nd of April right through to 9:30 tonight. Now the one in the Northern Territory that I was talking about, what's this? Started off as a 6.1, which is just phenomenal. Well, that's massive for Australia, and it didn't even make the news or anything. You know, granted it's out in the middle of Billy Bolt. So far out, the pigs don't even squeal for help. But my point there is that we are having some pretty big significant earthquakes. If you go through these, 4.1, 3.5, 6.1, 3.6. There's some pretty chunky earthquakes in there. Now, you might have all followed pole shifting and all that sort of stuff with Nancy Leader. Look, I don't know whether she's batshit crazy or she's just, if she's making it up, I'll tell you what, for someone who's making it up, she doesn't seem to be doing too bad. These earthquakes, most of them have been at a depth of 10 kilometres. So I thought I'd read up what's the significance of depth in an earthquake. I have to remember which part it was. More or less it says that it's all to do with the tectonic plates shifting, as everyone knows that. And of course, I'm not a bloody geologist or anything, or a volcanologist, or earthquakeologist, or whatever the bloody other call themselves, but it's interesting to know that most of the earthquakes have been at 10 kilometres down, and most of the ones around the Earth have been at 10 kilometres down. Oh, this was a bit. By carefully plotting the location and depth of earthquakes associated with a subduction zone, we can see details of the zone's structure, such as how steeply it is dipping, and if the downgoing plate is planar or is bending. These details are important because they give us insight into the mechanics and characteristics of the deformation in the subduction zone. Well, that's all great, isn't it? But we're starting to get a cluster of these things going right across Australia. And the interesting thing is, like I said on pole shifting, they said that there was going to be a big dip in this part of Australia, and this part of the world would disappear, including India. India was going to get rammed up underneath here somewhere. And this part here would go down 500 feet. And this part here would rise 500 feet. Well, you don't have to be Einstein to work out there's something going on. Excuse me. So I'll go back to Australia and region. Can anyone see a plot beginning here? You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many earthquakes. Look at that. Bloody hell. It's phenomenal, isn't it? Anyway, I'm digressing. Just thought I'd point that out to everyone. You can go on the Australian website here. Recent earthquakes. Geoscience Australia. And then moving on to the next thing. 6 volcanoes in 6 different countries all start erupting with hours of each other. I'm not really 100% sure when this was done, but I read this and I thought it was interesting. One second. Okay, so like I said, 7 volcanoes in 6 different countries all start erupting with hours of each other. Japan's got a new island. A new island has appeared in the Pacific. A submarine eruption of Nishino-shima Island, Japan, has erupted for the first time in 40 years. So it's actually got a new island. But what I found interesting was, apart from the fact that there's 7 volcanoes going off, was down here, was this comment down here. So we have eruptions big enough to prompt evacuation, flights are cancelled, and a new island pops up off the coast of Japan. I would have called that newsworthy myself, but obviously I'm wrong. If I was right, it would have been common knowledge, right? Reports may have been on the news, right? So many volcanoes throwing so much gas, ash and particles in the air can have an effect on the climate. This is a scientific fact. I'm not saying that these volcanoes herald the start of a new ice age, but the planet certainly seems to be getting a bit more active of late. Well, isn't that the truth? Remember that? Look at that. Now we've got all these volcanoes going off. And then, lo and behold, Costa Rica volcano exploded this morning, belching ash up to 3,000 meters into the air. Hundreds of people have gone to hospital complaining of breathing difficulties and skin problems. This is all in Costa Rica, folks. Costa Rica is home to dozens of volcanoes, but most of them are dormant. Well, not anymore. Sunshine. Look at this. This is the capital. It's pitch black. This isn't funny, I know, but someone please tell me we're dreaming. Sadly, folks, we're not. Okay, let's move on to the other stuff. Strop and I had a pretty heavy day today because we've been discussing certain things on cams, etc. And this is another heads up to one of my subs who sent this in to me and said, go on Latham Northeast between 3 and 6 o'clock. On the 20th, I said, okay. At first, I couldn't get on it. Took me a couple of hours, actually. And then all of a sudden, it just popped straight back up. So I haven't closed it down, although I've kept it open. Now, we can't tell you what some of this stuff is. We think, Strop and I think that it's actually reflections, but we know some aren't. Now, I'm going to go on 345 and kind of keep it there because if you remember the other day, I did a video on exactly the same spot. Now, if you want to look at that, I did a gamma test on it and it's live. You know, so I kind of think it's a planet, but I'm not sure. The most interesting thing is is obviously again the red fans coming out everywhere. And then all of a sudden we've got this. Look at this. Sneaking in there. Now, if you follow that around, that will go like that and back over this side. Unfortunately, these go straight to the outside of that, but these ones here you can see go to the edge of that. You just see them going to the edge. Sorry. Now I'm on the edge of the thing anyway. When you see those lower on the lower scope, you can just see that they come to this edge and that's it. So Stropp's not convinced, he thinks it's a lens flare. I think it's possible, but then we looked at the picture a bit more, and I just want to point out to everyone something that Stropp and I discussed today. Look at that. Look at that red thing there. Right? Now everyone knows that a lens flare refraction is a smaller version of a rainbow, if you like. And it gives off these colours: blue, yellow, green, indigo, violet, etc. This is not a lens flare. And do you notice how the lens flare, Stropp said to me, do you notice how the lens flare goes over the top of this red? It doesn't form part of it. You can actually see it underneath it. See that one there? See how it goes through it? But the red still keeps coming through, which makes us believe that, as we said before, there is something humongous behind the sun that's now becoming so prevalent, it's just forcing out this red. Hope that makes sense to everyone. But look, you can do a gamma test on this if you want. I've done that myself. It looks, for all intents and purposes, like a planet. That's all I can tell you. Let's move on to the next one. I had another sub send me an email the other day and said, oh, you've got to go on Latham East between such and so, and I said, okay. And he said, it's there every day. I'm gonna say exactly what I thought at the time. I thought, God, it's a crackpot. So I go on all the dates and everything else as he's requested, times and that. And I thought, what the bloody hell? It was just every photo like this. I'm looking and looking and looking. Couldn't see anything. In actual fact, what I was actually missing was staring me right in the face. After I realised, can everyone see this line here? Going straight up. Keep following it. Can you see that? Goes straight up. Well, watch this. It's in every single picture. That's what he was talking about. Every single picture. Yeah, the most amazing thing is that even though the clouds cover it, they don't cover it. Look, see how the clouds going over it? The clouds actually can't go over it. Did you see that? Look, it's behind the clouds. See it? Look, it's still there. What is it? I haven't got a bloody clue. But you notice how the cloud goes over it and you can still see it. In actual fact, if anything, I think it enhances it. I haven't got a clue what it is. My gut instinct tells me it's probably something not great. But it's definitely there, and you can't miss it. It's not a cloud. It's actually it's like a burn line in the sky. Something's burned the sky. Interesting, eh? Look, you can see it clear as day once you get noticed to it. And he said it's on every single day. Now he set the challenge. Let's go and see if he's right. Let's go to Wednesday. Have a pot shot of that. Go to page 4. And he's right. So what would make a burn mark in the sky that looks like a planet but it's not actually there? Isn't that interesting, folks? I can't remember the guy's name, but look, I've had so much to do to bloody brain dead as anything, which is not too difficult these days, to be honest. So I can't remember your name, mate, but thanks for the heads up. This is your sort of interesting stuff that everyone should be getting hold of, because that looks like it's a big sphere, doesn't it? Let's be honest. So well done, mate. Okay. Moving on to the last one. Have I got a doozy for you? Okay. this thing starts loading up. I'm going to show you some pictures. It's going to make you say, what the hell's going on here? Oh no. Looks like I'm going to have to go to it. Oh, wait till that loads up. And then I'm going to show you some other pictures that I did today. And prove to you that there's something weird going on. It was number 2. Move this first. Okay. Have a look at this picture. This is from Rotorua in New Zealand. Look at that. And that. This is coming directly out of the sun. This is not manufactured, made up or anything, folks. This is definitely coming out of the sun. That was on the actual live feed from Rotorua today. Now, the interesting thing about that is, let's put that to the gamma test. And look what pops up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one there, but it looks a bit dead, and this one here, we'll go back again. So that, they look like clouds. I said to Strop at the time, I said, these look like planets, mate, they don't look like clouds to me. And he said, oh, I don't know. I said, well, send it over to me, because he found it. This is Strop's find, by the way. Mr. Stroppy me, done an excellent job. We argue like buggery and have a good debunk at each other, but he's brilliant in his work, I tell you that much. There you go, folks. Those are not clouds. Does that look familiar to anyone from some of the stuff that I've shown before? 1, 2, looks like Getz in Sweden, Switzerland. This is another one at 4 o'clock. Interesting things here as well. So let's go and test this one and see what happens. Shouldn't have done that, really sure. There you go. Go back to the beginning. This program is called GIMP, free to everyone. Now, if that doesn't scare the bejesus out of you, don't know what does. Just go right down and see what happens. Didn't come to life, did it? Bloody looks like it, doesn't it? There's a little bit of heat there. Should have stayed right up, probably. Oh, that's more interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely something. It's not nothing. So there you go, there's another one. Yeah, this was interesting. And this one's even more interesting. This is Rotorua again. Now notice how that is over the top of that. So that means that is there. So the sun's up here near the X there. That is manifesting itself. That's not part of that. And this is a water drop on the camera. So is that is not. Right, these are the interesting ones. Have a look at this one. I'll get it up a bit more. One thing I couldn't figure out is what that is there. That white spot. It's not a cloud, by the way. See, it still stays there. Right. So let's go and test that one. So I've got the wrong one there. Number 8. No, number 9. Sorry folks. Number 10. Okay, so I'm going to go and test number 10. Note that there. Now, I haven't got the best camera testing thing here, but Strop certainly has, and he's got an Apple Mac, and he showed me his today from that he did on his Apple Mac, and it was fantastic. You could clearly see that that was a planet with another planet on it or in front of it. I tried this today. I don't think it's going to work that well. You can clearly see that it's there. That's not a cloud. And you see that little one there? My pixels are not great on this, so that's why it won't work. I need a crappy old laptop, so I ran up and changed over yet. My son finished it yesterday, so won't be far away, mate. Look, you have to take my word for it. See that there? That is giving off its own heat, and that is sitting right in front of it. And you know that white spot that I said was over here? Look at that. Let's try the brightness on that one. Isn't that interesting? Look at that. It came up red, which means that it's got heat. You see that? Look at that. That white spot is something, it's not nothing. So there, look. You can see it. Bring up the original picture and I'll show you what I mean. That there is the planet that I was talking about. And that there is that little red spot that comes out of it. Stays on the screen the whole time, no matter what picture it is. I don't know what it is, but it's there. It shouldn't be there. Well, that's in the middle of the day. You know, it's in the end of the afternoon, but every shot is there. So let's go back to the hopefully, right, this is going to be for everyone who thinks that debunking, everything, that everyone thinks everything's a lens reflection. Now I'm going to prove to you today that there is such a thing as a second sun, without a doubt. So let's start with this. Okay, sun's coming up, 9:46 in the morning. Clearly see the shadows. Sorry, the mouse actually moves the time on this thing. So you clearly see the shadows from the sun. So the sun is actually coming up in the east, obviously, over Fiji. So you expect it to land smack bang behind here. Does everyone understand? Okay, so let's go through the day. Keep an eye on the border just here. Okay, we're now 1:31 p.m. It's a little bit cloudy, you can't really see the shadows on the trees. There you go, 340. Everyone see the shadow at 340? Sorry. There you go. So the sun should be shining directly behind that tree there. Should it not? So just remember what I said. So I've gone 10 minutes later. Now what I want everyone to do is to tilt your screens back at a 45-degree angle and look directly above the table, or no, directly above the pole on the left hand side, directly above, and you'll see two white spheres in the sky. Right. Did everyone see that? Okay, it's a bit. I'll take a snapshot. I've taken a snapshot of that. Right, so just remember that. Remember the sun. So is that 340? See where the sun is, right behind that tree there. Supposed to be 351. That's not the sun in the middle there. Can't be. Can't go from there to there in 10 minutes. Impossible. So just keep an eye on the land, the water in front of the table there. So I'll just keep going through this. Now you see where the sun is. You see the sun on the left hand side there? Just watch the ocean. Boom. Anyone see the sun? Nope. Still not there. Anyone see the sun? 5 o'clock? No. Now, if everyone really tilts their screen back, you will see a big, beautiful Fijian sunset straight in front of that table. And what I mean beautiful, it's yellow, it looks beautiful, all that sort of stuff. Now draw your attention to the left-hand side of that palm tree that I said the sun should be going out to. Can everybody see the yellow starting to appear on the fringes of the leaves? So just keep that in mind. So the yellow, more yellow on the leaves on the left hand side. So only 10 minutes later, 10 minutes later again. Now tilt the screen back and you can still see the sun hitting the beautiful water straight in front of the table. And then, but have a look to the left, it's yellow. See the yellow forming through the palm tree? 6 p.m. And we all missed the beautiful sunset because it never happened. What's this though? Complete darkness, people. What's this? Boom, nothing. Now you're all going to say, well, what the hell was that? And in the sky at 3:51 p.m., which is actually casting sunlight down directly onto the ocean in front. Even though if you look to your left, you can see the water. On the water, you can see the sun on the water over there. So what is it over here in the middle? Well, let's find out. Did that wrong, didn't I? Okay. Do a game test and see what happens. Oh my god! Can everybody see that? What is that? Can you see the sun over here in the water? So what is that? see that? Look at that. And it's raging red. You can't even see the sun over here. It's gone, which is weird, isn't it? So let's take these back a bit. No, nothing. Folks, you can clearly see that there. And it's not a break in the clouds or anything else. There's actually a big thing there, whatever it is. Alrighty, folks. I think I've killed enough of your time. Just know that Prep and I are stroppy me and your good old mate Prep here are out fighting the good fight and trying to, as much as possible, find the truth, which is something interesting that Strop said today. Do we really know what we're looking for? You know, do we really know? Do any of us know? No, because no one's ever seen it. The only people who have seen it are all dead. Let's say the Lord's Prayer and leave it at that. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, which as we forgive them that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. God bless you all. I hope you found everything interesting tonight. I know it was a bit long-winded, but I thought it was just an interesting oversight of everything.